All right, welcome to another deep dive. This time, we're jacking into the world of VR, specifically the Meta Quest 3S 256 gigabit.
Oh yeah, this one's got people buzzing, and for good reason.
That's right. We've been poring over this tech review, and well, our mission today is to really break down what sets this headset apart, especially for those who want to be in the loop without needing to decode a bunch of tech specs.
Yeah, cut through the noise, get to the heart of the experience.
Exactly. So first up, design and build. This review is gushing, absolutely gushing about how well they've nailed it.
Yeah, and it makes sense. They've gone for this sleek look, but not at the expense of, being tough. This thing seems like it can take some wear and tear.
Which is huge, because
Yeah.
you don't want to be tiptoeing around, scared to even breathe on the thing, especially when you're in the middle of some intense VR action,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. And comfort is key, too. I mean, you don't want to be ripping the thing off after 5 minutes because your face is numb.
Yeah. No VR face, no thank you, but they've really thought about it. Adjustable headband, cushioned faceplate sounds like a recipe for long, comfy gaming sessions.
For real. Okay, but let's talk visuals. That's where this thing really shines. Crisp images, vibrant colors, the whole package.
Oh, absolutely. And it's not just about resolution, is it?
Nope. They've redesigned the lenses, which is a big deal. It minimizes distortion, that warping effect you get with some VR headsets.
Ah, so no more blurry edges messing with the experience. Makes a lot of sense.
For sure. And then to really pull you in, the audio's been designed to adapt to you. You move your head, the sound changes, like you're really there.
Wow, so it's not just seeing the world, it's hearing it come alive around you.
Exactly. It's all about that feeling of actually being present in the virtual world, and sound is a huge part of that.
Now let's pop the hood for a second. This thing packs some serious horsepower, right? Powerful processing unit, tons of RAM. Why is that so important for VR?
Okay, imagine this. You're in a sword fight, things are getting intense, and suddenly your movements are lagging behind. Like you're stuck in mud, and your opponent's just dancing around you.
Ugh, lag is the worst. It's like instantly breaks the immersion.
Totally. But with the Quest 3S, you're good. The hardware's beefy enough to keep things running smooth, no motion sickness or frustrating delays.
And with 256 gigabytes of storage, you've got plenty of space to download all those games and experiences.
Storage is crucial, especially these days. Games are getting more and more complex. You don't want to be constantly deleting stuff to make room.
Oh, for sure. And speaking of games, can we talk about the elephant in the room? Batman, Arkham Shadow, this is huge.
Yeah, it's not just a simple port either. They've completely reimagined it for VR.
Huh.
Think gliding through Gotham using your grappling hook, actually going toe-to-toe with villains, all in VR.
This isn't just playing a game, this is stepping into Batman's world.
Exactly. It's a whole new level of immersion, and it shows what VR can do. It's not just about gaming. It's about creating these incredible, believable experiences.
Yeah. And they're also throwing in a 3-month trial of MetaQuest plus Neezy, right? What's the deal with that?
So MetaQuest plus Meezy, it's their subscription service. Gives you access to a curated library of games and experiences so you can try out a ton of stuff without breaking the bank.
Oh, cool. So you're not just getting a great headset, you're getting a key to a whole new world.
Exactly. You can explore different genres, find what clicks with you, and really see what VR has to offer.
Awesome. But let's be real, with wireless headsets, there's always that question, how long's the battery gonna last?
Well, they're claiming excellent battery life on this one, like hours of playtime before you need to plug in. Plus, they've built in this smart power management system to make sure you get the most out of every charge.
So you can face off against the Joker without worrying about your headset dying mid-battle.
Right. And they haven't forgotten about comfort, adjustable straps, lightweight design. They've really thought about how to make this thing comfortable for everyone.
It sounds like they've designed it to practically disappear once you put it on, so you can just lose yourself in the experience.
Totally. Comfort is so important when you're talking about spending hours in VR.
Absolutely. And from what we've seen, setting it up seems super straightforward. The user interface is supposed to be really intuitive too.
Yeah, that's key. You don't want to spend your time wrestling with menus. You want to jump in and start exploring.
And they've really emphasized strong, reliable connectivity, which makes a huge difference for multiplayer games and downloading content.
Yeah, nobody wants to deal with lag or disconnections, especially in VR. It's jarring.
This part has me really intrigued. They've designed the Quest 3S with the future in mind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not just about the tech as it is now. It's about how it can grow and adapt as new innovations come out.
That's exciting. So it's not just a one-time purchase. It's an investment in a platform that's constantly evolving.
Exactly. And with how fast technology is moving, who knows what kind of crazy VR experiences we'll be having in a few years.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
The potential is huge.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground already. The Quest 3S's sleek design, incredible visuals and audio, that powerful performance, not to mention the Batman game. But there's even more to unpack. Ready to dive deeper into some of the key features?
Let's do it. I'm ready to see what else this thing can do. One thing that really jumps out is how user-friendly it seems to be. Like, they've really tried to make this for everyone, not just the hardcore techies.
Yeah, the review was really impressed with how easy it is to set up and how intuitive the whole interface is. Makes sense. You want to be spending your time exploring those virtual worlds, not fighting with menus and settings, right?
Exactly. It should just work. You put it on and you're in. And from what they're saying, that seems to be the case with the Quest 3S. Oh, and another thing, they made sure it works with a bunch of different accessories and what they call third-party peripherals.
Yeah, for those who don't know, third-party peripherals basically means you're not stuck using only stuff made by Meta. You can mix and match with controllers, trackers, all sorts of gadgets from other companies.
Right, exactly. And that opens up a lot of possibilities. I mean, think about it. Specialized controllers that can really enhance certain games or even, using it for things like design or simulations with those high-precision trackers.
Yeah, so it's all about giving you the flexibility to kind of tailor the experience to what you're into, what you want to do with it.
For sure. And speaking of tailoring the experience, we got to talk more about that Batman game, Arkham Shadow. I mean, this is where the Quest 3S really shows what it can do.
Yeah, you mentioned it before, but it's worth really digging into. It's not just a rehash of an old Batman game. They built it from the ground up for VR.
Imagine putting on the headset and boom, you're in Gotham.
Yeah.
I mean, really in it. You can almost feel the grit of the alleyways, hear the sirens in the distance.
And then you reach out, and there's the grappling hook. You can feel the weight of it in your hand. You aim, fire, and suddenly you're flying through the air, swinging between buildings.
It's that level of immersion, It's just not possible with a regular game. You're not just controlling Batman, you are Batman.
That's what's so cool about VR. It can transport you to these other worlds, let you be these characters, and make you feel like you're really part of the action.
And the Arkham Shadow game is a great example of how VR can do that, push the boundaries of storytelling and make it interactive.
Yeah, for sure. And with that 3-month trial of MetaQuest Plus C, there's a whole world of other experiences to explore, too.
Oh, absolutely. It's like, think of it as a giant library of VR content. You've got action games, puzzle games, even documentaries that let you explore historical events or, dive into the ocean.
There's something for everyone, really. It's a great way to get a feel for what VR can do and find the stuff you really enjoy.
It's all about finding those experiences that click with you and, just seeing what this whole VR thing is all about.
Absolutely. Now, thinking about the future, I'm really curious to see how this Quest 3S evolves, over time. It sounds like Meta is really committed to adding new features and content, which is huge for any platform like this.
It's like they're building a whole world, a virtual ecosystem, and it's constantly growing and changing. It's not just a gadget. It's an investment in this whole platform that's pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
And with how quickly technology changes these days, who even knows what kind of crazy VR experiences we'll be having in a few years?
Imagine attending conferences virtually, but it feels like you're actually in the room with people from all over the world. It's wild to think about.
Or what about virtual vacations? You could be exploring ancient ruins one minute and diving in the Great Barrier Reef the next, all without leaving your living room.
Or learning new skills through these incredibly realistic VR simulations. You could be training for a new job, learning a language, even mastering a musical instrument, all in VR.
The potential is it's mind-blowing. It feels like we're on the edge of something huge, like a whole new world opening up, and the Quest 3S is one of the things that's going to take us there.
Yeah, it's really an exciting time to be following all of this. And the Quest 3S is right at the forefront, showing us what's possible and giving us a glimpse of what the future might hold.
Okay, so we've talked design, performance, all the amazing content, and even the potential impact this thing could have on our lives. But there's one big question we haven't addressed yet. Is it actually worth the price tag?
The million-dollar question. Well, based on everything we've seen, I think it's safe to say the Quest 3S is a really strong contender. I mean, you're getting a well-built headset, amazing visuals, powerful performance, and plenty of storage.
Plus, you get that Batman game bundled in and the 3-month trial for the subscription service, so you can try out even more stuff. It's a pretty sweet deal.
It's a package that seems like it'll give you a lot to enjoy right away, and it's got that potential for, long-term value. It's not just buying a piece of hardware, it's investing in this whole evolving platform.
It definitely seems like a tempting option for anyone who wants to jump into the world of VR or even just upgrade their current setup.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a headset that has the potential to be more than just entertainment. It could be a tool for education, for connection, even inspiration. Before we wrap up, there's one more thing I think is worth thinking about. It's this idea that the Quest 3S, it's not just a gaming device, you know. It's more than that.
Yeah, that's been in the back of my mind too. Like they're almost trying to redefine what VR can be, this portal to a much wider range of experiences.
It's that whole ecosystem thing. That's what gets me excited. It's not just about the headset itself. It's about the potential for it to keep growing, for all this new content and experiences that, honestly, we probably can't even imagine right now.
And it's happening so fast. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that VR felt like this niche thing, and now it's like exploding into the mainstream. Companies like Meta are really pushing the boundaries.
It really does feel like we're at the beginning of a VR revolution, and the Quest 3S is right there at the front, leading the way.
It's exciting and a little intimidating too, but definitely a future worth exploring.
Absolutely. And the Quest 3S seems like a pretty good place to start, like a gateway to all of it.
So we've covered a ton of ground today, from the design and performance of the Quest 3S 256GB to that bundled content and even the potential impact this technology could have on our lives.
And even then, we've barely scratched the surface of what this headset and VR in general can do.
We've given you a lot to think about, but here's one last thing to ponder. With technology moving as fast as it is, what other amazing possibilities might VR unlock in the near future? What dreams might become reality? Keep those questions in mind as you explore the world of virtual reality. And until next time, happy diving.